All right, we're back. Yeah, natural disasters everywhere this month, apparently.
Yep.
I mean,
Wildfires,
the world is ending. Let's just, we're just going to play games
global warming.
until it
The world is
eventually.
burning.
Yep. All right. So you guys, I guess, continue down the road a little bit. You come to this wide open, like grassy plain, and you see a river, kind of just bending around through it. So I think both Robert and um, Phineas, you both realize like this isn't right. This is not what's supposed to be here. There's supposed to be a city here or a town, and instead you have this wide open, grassy plain. And right now it looks uninhabited.
Robert reaches in and grabs his cell phone, which is somehow not smashed. Probably is cracked though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those it is a smartphone, but it has one of the screens that comes up. It doesn't flip up; it just slides up.
Sure.
And he looks for a signal, and of course there isn't one.
Do you want to make it into a anchor?
I don't think so. I don't think
then it won't work.
Yeah, I don't think it works by default. Nothing's working here. Do you know where the nearest cell tower is? Looking to Phineas.
Shake my head.
I would probably know where damn near anything is.
That's true.
Yeah, this would be a good moment for you to interject.
Yeah. I'm just looking for something I can actively ping on here. I mean, I always know the best route, so if you're looking for a cell tower, I can tell you how to find one. So yeah, I think I'll chime in with. I mean, what would I know? Does one exist in where we are?
Sure. There's probably you can just make up where it is. Probably back on the road a little bit because what's going forward is all new.
Okay. Yeah, I think Trek just says that device should function. We are within its normal range. The tower is just back there.
And I actually start for a minute, forgetting that you were there. Oh. If it's supposed to work, forget it. And we have food, and he pockets his cell phone. Just doesn't want to think about it right now.
May I see your device? And
sure. Here you go.
His hand, I'm gonna.
How to use one of these things?
I've seen it done many times, and I think Trek is going to suffuse some power into this thing.
Yeah, I use my fingerprint scanner to unlock it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to turn this thing into an anchor and see what happens. I'm good at that stuff.
Let me just see here.
Ooh, we're doing anchors. Nice.
All right, is it a thing that is bound to you by your bonds?
By my bonds?
Yeah, your bonds. You have lots of bonds.
Yeah. I have a bond to aid travelers who have stopped on their journey, so if this thing moves us along, yes.
Oh, no, it has to be specifically...
to that cell phone?
Yeah, or to cell phones. Alright, so we'll make you a temporary bond with this right now. So what do you do now with this cell phone?
I think I'm just trying to figure out a figure out a way to make it work here.
Okay.
And help my friend. Well, my whatever you are.
Yeah.
So we'll just put
Don't
a
tell us
bond.
whatever we are. We're like regular human beings. What the hell are you?
So you have a bond like make technology work when I use it. Technology works when I use it. Put that as a bond or something
Okay.
like that.
I can do that.
And it's a 1 dot, but we'll just leave it for nothing right now. All right. So
Okay.
yeah. Now it's a wondrous cell phone, and it gets a signal from outside.
Yeah, I think. We lost
Yeah, we lost
Matt
Matt.
again.
Oh. Man.
But I think once it starts working, I kind of just look at it weirdly and just hand it back, like symbols, numbers. I don't know if I know how to read.
That would make things difficult.
Sure.
What are you, anyways?
What am I?
Like, this is Robert asking in character.
Oh, okay. Trek thinks for a minute and says, I used to push travelers on their way.
You're like some kind of spirit?
I think that might be the best word. More of a concept, I guess. Something has happened. I don't normally interact with humans like this. You usually feel me more than hear me.
I don't usually... I guess this is new for both of us. I was going to say I don't usually talk to concepts. But I guess you don't usually talk to us either.
Not in the traditional sense, no.
I really hope that I'm dreaming all of this.
I assure you, this is not. This is real.
Wait, were you responsible for my car crash?
I
raised an eyebrow at your silence, at your hesitation.
not directly.
As I remember it, maybe you don't remember, but you actually took action to stop it by making him more aware.
Yeah, I was the one that made you actually in control of the car when it happened.
Yeah, I didn't have a pilot.
Yeah, I think Trek just says travelers should travel under their own direction. I merely made certain that you reached the destination you were intended to reach.
Robert opens his mouth and closes it 5 times, and then finally says, "All right." I don't remember what you called if you introduced yourself with a name before. I think you did.
We can assume that I did. Yeah, in the whole. Well, I'm corporeal now, so I guess I need something you to refer.
Yeah. What is there a destination here that we're heading towards? Just around? Is there somewhere we should be heading towards to get, I guess, out of or into this place?
Oddly, I am uncertain. Normally, I would know these things. I believe our companion Tim may have a destination in mind. I'm trying to see if I have anything about knowing the destination, but I think it's more. I designed this more for the destination doesn't matter. It's about the traveling. So
Yeah.
You can still do a domain ritual. Like, you have roads.
Right. So yeah, can I figure out where our road is taking us?
Sure. So you can do a domain lesser divination. And the road leads to the heart of the chancel.
All right. Character knowledge wise, do I even know what a chancel is?
Not yet, but
So I think I
Let's
just
see
say
here.
that our path leads us to the heart of this place, but this place is not. This place was never here before. It is new.
How new?
Very new. About as old as the earthquake knew, I think.
Walked away. All right. And he looks over at Tim and says, let's keep going to the center of this place as soon as we
sure.
get this over with.
So Tim nods, and I'll fast forward a little bit. So you walk by the road and by the river, and you take the road into this dark and gloomy forest. It's been like bright and sunny all day, but here, of course, the clouds are getting thicker, and the trees become gnarled, and you see like black birds in the trees, but they're not really birds. They're like dinosaur pre-evolution into birds,
Okay.
and they're not really
Archaeopteryx.
flying so much
They're
as
Archaeopteryx.
gliding. Yeah, but they have like black feathers like ravens.
I think just to keep myself feeling better.
What did you say?
I said to keep myself feeling better, I have one of my.
Is Primark cutting out for you guys too?
Yeah,
Primark, you're
one of
cutting out.
mine and then nothing.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a little while, actually. Like maybe a
Okay.
minute.
It's probably my voice sensitivity. Oh yeah, it's just my voice sensitivity. There we go. It should be better now.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
I was saying that I'm carrying a knife on me, in like out unsheathed in one of my hands to make myself feel better.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, nothing attacks you, but you just get this like increasing feeling of creeping dread. And then eventually, like, the forest ends, and the road also ends, and you can see like the road continue on the other side of this big gap. It's like just a gorge or a chasm that seems to like circle around the center of this place. And Tim looks at you and looks at the road and says, Sometimes the world lies to us." And he just walks out into thin air, and he begins to cross the gap, seemingly floating in midair.
Okay. As soon as he starts stepping out, Robert thinks he's immediately going to fall, and when he doesn't, he starts just like just doing this and looking at him like. Like he
I think Phineas has the opposite reaction. Like I think
yeah.
Phineas looks to Sue and to James, and he clasps them on the shoulders, and he says, "There are miracles that move in the world. We know this to be true. Come, walk with me." And I think I'm going to hold both of their hands,
Okay.
and I'm going to walk. I'm going to follow Tim. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, if they follow, that's what we do.
Well, you follow, and you like step out into nothing, and it's fine for you, and for the two people holding your hands.
Yeah, I guess I'll just follow along behind them.
I mean, technically, you don't even have to walk. So
Yeah.
That's true.
I like look to my left and right, hoping that I would spot someone else who could go before me. And there's just me in the like cooler. So I like, okay,
you
let's do
push
this.
the cooler in front of you.
No, but he does tiptoe. He does like the like 1 foot like really far like poking the ground,
Nice.
and then another foot. Yeah. He goes really slowly and carefully, treating this is like the invisible floors in Dark Souls. Just
Yeah, pretty much. Like it feels still like the highway underneath your feet. You know, the little asphalt and concrete. Even like
Yeah.
feels like gravel. You're kicking gravel occasionally, but you can't see any of it.
Yeah.
It's not long.
For some reason, this is what freaks him out the most.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like, you know, it's like hundreds of feet down. And it looks like there's like this inky black ooze at the bottom. So
Yeah, I think Trek is like slows down a little bit until he's right beside Robert and says, "It appears that we are faring better than the female." Because you're the one that pushed her over the cliff before.
Yeah, he doesn't get it at first. I don't think I think he, unless you remind him of that, he doesn't even realize what you're talking about. He's just too focused on like one step forward, then the other, then the next step. Just try not to fall.
nice.
And then yeah, he's over.
Right. So on the other side, there's like these ruined castle walls, and you're passing through. You see like the big doors, like just laying, fallen on the ground, covered in dust and cracked. And Tim says, "You know, we're almost there." And he leads you more into the center of this old fort. And I think when you reach like the center, it's also been like rising in elevation. And you find a dark set of stairs going down into the depths of the old fort. And Tim says, "This is it." And he goes down into like the catacombs, down these stairs. And
Right.
I guess you follow him in there. It's not that long, maybe like a couple hundred feet. And you come to this like large dark room with a rocky floor. Looks like there's stalactites in the ceiling. Here and there you can see like a crack that's letting some light through, but it's very dim light. And I guess near one of the walls, you see there's a crack in it. And this black ichor is oozing out of the crack. And you can also see kind of like a short, curved horn jutting out of the crack.
A horn?
Yeah.
Like a
Spiky horn or like blowing horn?
Like a spiky animal's horn.
Is it blocking the passage?
No. It's in the side of the wall. There's like a crack in the wall. And this, after the passage, there's this large opening, like a cabin.
Yeah.
And in one of the walls, there's this crack and a horn with black ooze coming out.
In a spiritual sense, does it feel right or does it feel wrong?
That's a very complicated question.
As a man of faith,
I imagine that it wouldn't immediately feel right.
well, right. I don't mean in the sense. I don't mean in the sense of the Christian faith, which is not which does not have mythic truth in this reality. I mean in the sense of our spiritual connection to the chancel, and that spiritual life. Does it feel connected to that, or does it feel?
Yeah, it's definitely like the same mythic feeling you have when before you asked, "Is God causing this?" This is the thing that caused the earthquake.
Right. It's like, yes, God is causing it. It's just, it's a different definition of God.
Right.
Is it a dinosaur horn? Is it something I would recognize as a dinosaur horn?
Do dinosaurs even have horns?
Yeah, like Triceratops.
Oh yeah,
have horns.
Triceratops does.
Tyrannosauruses have horns.
Sure. I guess that's a
yeah.
Be a
I think
horn.
I think I let go of the hands of the Hammonds, and I think I go to it.
Okay.
And I touch it with a sense of wonder.
You touch it, and you just feel this like reverberation of power and pain flow through you.
I hesitate. I right now, Robert is thinking about whether or not he should have the two civilians stay back, because there's obviously something going on here. But a part of him wants to expose them to risk and pain. A part of him doesn't. And he's like figuring that out. So he's staying back and figuring out what he wants to do. Eventually, I think he decides to just do neither and just step into the room and let them do whatever they want to. Yeah, so he's right behind you, Phineas.
Yeah, I think Tim takes the Hammonds and says we should let them do this. And the three of them stand back on the far edge of the cavern.
I think Trek's going to take a look at that black ooze and what's up with that. He's going to go up and just collect it in his amorphous hand and see what it, if he can identify what it is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you touch it and get this burning sensation, and you're not used to that. And you had described yourself as having this bright, I guess, glowy body. And
yeah, it's.
I think the color of your entire body instantly shifts to a dark red. These black tendrils start coming up your arms. You ask what it is. I guess you can make an action to find out.
Okay.
Are you want divining it, or are you trying to make a mortal action?
I'm probably divining it.
Okay, so you ask your domain what it is, and your domain will say it is the blood of a god.
God's blood. Oh. I think I turn to the other two and say, this liquid appears to be the fluids of the divine. I guess this is how you do that. The stuff you have in you that leaks out when you cut yourself. What is
blood?
That's it. That's what it is.
That would be blood.
It's blood of something much, much more powerful than those two. And he points to the Hammonds.
And can I feel pain from something nearby?
Oh yeah, there's like endless pain and suffering coming from inside that wall.
Okay, then I think that oh man, I think that is one of those like he can't help himself. He has this like weird giddy grin on his face, almost like this is the most pain he's felt from like since becoming a nobilis. And so he sort of can feel it, and it makes him uncharacteristically giddy. So he actually kind of like skips a bit over to the wall and says, "Hello?" And it like echoes a bit.
Yeah, I think you hear like a muffled cry from the other side, but it's not intelligible in any way. And it's less like you hear it, but like the lower tones of the voice is just shaking the cavern.
Okay.
I'm touching the horn. Can I follow it to its base?
I think you try, but it's like pierced the rock. So you put your hand in deeper into the rock, but whatever it is like the rock is completely encasing whatever it is. In fact,
okay, that's fine.
Like the tip of it feels living, but the further in, deeper you go, it feels colder and like more like a rock. Like the horn itself is turning into a rock.
Right, like it's piercing through the rock, right?
Yeah,
through the wall. I just knocked down the wall.
Okay, you're gonna destroy the wall.
I am gonna knock. I think I just knocked down the wall.
How do you do it?
Just brute force, aspect 4, demigod level. Like if can Hercules knock down the wall, then
sure.
That's I knock down the wall the same way Hercules would do it. I physically push it out of the way.
Okay.
See, I guess Phineas like just breaks off pieces of it. Like he punches the wall and it cracks, and he grabs the rock into cracks and rips it out.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
This is a slow way of doing it, but eventually, like, I think you pull off enough of it that you see this figure, like, entombed in the rock. It's like, at this point, you're not sure what more to do, because it's like the stone goes into its flesh, and like you can see like a skeletal's angel wing and maybe one arm of flesh, and then like the side of a head is like exposed in the rock, but it's still a fossil and there's no flesh on it. And the horn is coming out of this angel's head.
Is it just the one horn? Like a unicorn horn?
Yeah. And it's just like, I think if you let it sit in the open air, pretty soon all the bones will start dripping this black ichor.
Oh. Can I see its face?
Yeah, you can see his face in like a profile.
Is it living? I mean, it's stone, but is it alive?
Yeah, I think like you can hear it now. It's just like moaning in pain, like, release me.
And I think that I've been watching you do this, and I come up next to you and just like look at it with you for a moment and say, "What do you think it is?"
What do I think it is?
I mean, it looks like an angel that's been fossilized.
I think I say, Have we exchanged names? Do I actually know what your name is? I don't think we have.
I think we have.
Did we?
I thought we did at the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right after we stopped fighting.
Okay. I think I get down onto one knee and I say, "Pray with me, Robert."
That's not my style.
I say, I nod. I say, "I understand." And then I think I turn to the Hammonds
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "Will you pray with me?"
The Hammonds are afraid, but at your request, they agree, and they slowly approach with you.
And I turn to Trek and you've never prayed before, have you?
I've never had the need. Is it worth it? I've seen many mortals do it. It
I shrug.
never
and
seems
say,
to work out the way they want.
You try it and figure it out for yourself. I don't see the point, but
I literally point at it and look at you and I say, "That is an angel, and you do not see the point."
he
Deal with us,
he
my
looks
brother.
at this
Pray
again.
with
At
us.
this creature. I can feel its pain. It doesn't seem like an angel. It seems like some sort of. It's a mess.
Then
Whatever it is, it's trapped where it lies. It should be free to move about and follow its own path.
Then pray with me for guidance. Pray with me for to relieve its pain. Do you not see the holy moving all around you?
I don't know what I see. I don't feel very holy right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I dropped to one knee to two knees, and clutch my rosary because I think I have a rosary, and start saying a prayer.
Sure, I think the Hammonds kneel down with you, so you're all praying in a circle, and you're praying, and as this fossilized angel is exposed to the air, more of it is exuding that black ichor. Are you making an intention to pray, or are you just praying?
I mean, I think I would like to make an intention to relieve its suffering.
Okay. But you're just using prayer for this?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay. What's the level of intention of your prayer, I guess?
Oh, God. Did we even decide? Can you remind me, do I have a will stat? Do I spend will? How does this?
I'll click on mortal actions. That's one of the handouts. So we see you have a skill. It's probably one of your 2-dot skills. And probably your bond to care for the poor and downtrodden. This brings it up to 5.
Right.
So it'll make your life better to pray, but it won't make the angel's life better to pray for it.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm actually interested in the maximum level here. I think I'm hang on, give me a second. Mortals. Let me find the rules for this. But I think the difficulty I'm interested in is level 2 or level 4.
Sure.
Like level 2 says accomplish a task, have a tangible impact on the world. So if I can tangibly, through the power of prayer, reduce its impact, that's great. But I actually don't think I have a. Can I use a bond in this way, or is this just skills?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
If you can use a bond whenever you feel that there is something in your way.
I mean, I think the passion I'd like to use is actually I want to know God.
Okay.
Because I think actually what I'm trying to do is to be closer to the divine, and I think that I think as a first step, I'd like to be closer to the divine as an intention to then help it. Does that make sense, or is that too much of a stretch?
No, that's fine. So you just want to do it at level 2? Okay.
Yeah, which is accomplish a task. Have a bond. I think if I'm just trying to get closer to it, I don't think my bond applies. I think I'm trying to feel a connection to this thing and to share, like to feel its empathy, to feel its pain, to share its pain,
right?
To commune with the divine.
So I don't think you're actually forming a link with this creature, but like you're imagining in your own head what its suffering must be like.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I would like to tangibly understand, if we're talking about like accomplishing a task, have a tangible impact on the world at level 2. I would like to tangibly understand what its suffering is, like why it's suffering, and what might help it like feel less pain.
So are you just praying, or is this?
I'm literally just praying. Okay. You can tell me if that is sufficient to the task, but that is the action I am taking. And
so I think you are like trying to imagine its pain, and I think like there is some spirituality in this world. So the prayer, like I think it can feel its prayer, but all of a sudden like you feel like your prayer is falling on deaf ears, like something is preventing it from being heard.
I look at, or is it just like normal praying for them?
Yeah, I think they also have like an expression of confusion.
I think I look at Robert and I say, this is a dark place.
I like gesture to the angel and like, yeah, obviously. Is this creature completely free, or is it still like does it still want to be more freed?
I mean, it definitely wants to be more freed. Right now, it is an unexcavated fossil in a wall.
All right. I think that while you took a moment to pray, I think Robert wants to communicate with this thing. And considering that what it is, I don't know if I even have to do a thing to just communicate with it and learn what it wants, considering that I'm connected to it.
So what are you trying to do?
I want to learn what this thing wants, just like by communicating with it.
Sure. Do you like ask it, or are you like trying to use your psychic link that you had?
I think just asking it is fine.
Yeah, you just asked a wall, and I think like you feel like a voice like Trex that is, psychic in your mind says, "Release me."
How? Break the rock?
You must give me life once again.
And then my eyes flick to the Hamsons?
The Hammonds.
Okay. And I'd say in a low enough earshot that you don't hear me while you're praying. What do you need for that life?
Are the rest of us hearing this? Like, is this a
you
common
can hear us
connection?
I think you can. Oh, okay.
I don't know. What's Primarch? What's your intent?
I think my intent is to keep it right now out of earshot of the Hamsons. So in terms of like mental link, I think you can hear it if you want to be able to hear it.
Sure. Okay. So he's not keeping his mental leak silent. I think you can choose to communicate privately over this link. It just
Yeah,
Depends
I'm
on
not
your
right
intent.
now.
So I think you ask it, and it says, I gave all you the power to do whatever needs to be done. Work the magic of miracles upon me.
Um, if I'm also hearing this, I do have an affliction that I cannot let anyone remain in place.
Yeah,
So I think I'm compelled to help here.
yeah.
So upon hearing that, what are options here? Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, I have. I mean,
Yeah, I guess I can just use a difficulty 1 blessing from Persona, right? And make the thing want to move.
Sure. I mean, it obviously already wants to move. It's just not able to.
Okay.
If you want to use Persona,
can I make it no longer extinct?
Yeah,
Like, is it fossilized?
it's totally fossilized.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah,
I
you
would
can
like
make
to-
it. It's definitely extinct.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try that. Let's do a persona miracle. I'm doing this a lot. Destruction, lesser destruction,
Sure.
and you tell me if I need to boost it to a greater destruction.
So you try, and it like comes up against this wall of magic. Like there's no sign of what's happening. So here's how what's going to happen here is that there's actually an affliction upon this angel that you have to overcome. And the way you do that, you just have to spend MP, depending on how strong this affliction is. And it's definitely a pretty strong one if it's kept an Imperator entombed in rock for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I?
Unless you have a bond.
I think I look to my brothers. I say, I know what must be done.
Okay.
And I mean, I can do lesser sacrifice for free here, because I can go up to I can cast it miracle level 6 by default. Let's do 4 more.
Sure. You want to spend 4 MP?
Yeah, let's go up to miracle level 10.
Okay.
I'm still doing a lesser sacrifice. I'm just casting it as a miracle level.
Is there any of your bonds that apply here?
I mean, it seems like it's poor and downtrodden right now.
Yeah, totally.
So that's 3.
So you want to spend 1 more to bring it to 10?
Yeah, I mean, wait, hang on. Just 1 more?
Sure. So what happens is that there's an affliction stopping your miracle from working. You have to have strike equal to or greater than the affliction. Actually, you have to have strike greater than the affliction to overcome it.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, if I can use my bond here, if that gets me to 9, effective miracle level 9, and then I'll use an additional MP to get to a effective miracle level.
So you try again, and it's still not quite enough. There's just a very strong autocratus on this.
Goddamn Octoritas. Octoritas. Yeah. I say, does this person, like, okay, so, like, the moral the moral alignment by which like Phineas means objective, like good or bad, not in the sense that like we would use it, but in like the way the universe means the phrase good or bad. Does this feel like right? As in like,
Oh
does
yeah, it
this
feels
be-
very right.
this being feels like right to me specifically?
I mean,
like subjectively in the mythic sense.
in the mythic sense, not necessarily the religious sense. Like your
Right,
actions are right, even
Right.
if this
They're
thing
not in line
doesn't
with the
seem like
Bible.
a creature of good. It feels right
Right.
to release it.
Right. Okay. So I've spent a persona point. I think I turn to my brothers, to both of them, and I think I say, there is dark magic here. I believe I can break it, but I must
Am
try again. And let's go up to. I mean,
Am I able to help you at all?
Yeah, is there a helping mechanic here?
I don't think there is rules for helping each other.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I couldn't find any.
yeah, I don't think there are either. I think it's literally just like.
That's okay.
I mean, I have 4 persona miracle points left. I for what am I? I spent 1. If I spend the remaining 4, that gets me to what? Effective miracle level 14?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So yeah, that's enough to blast through the Octoritas. So
And guys, I have no magic left. No magic I'm good at. I have magic I'm bad at left.
you can also spend 3 from another pool to transfer it into 1 of some other pool.
Yeah,
So you're never technically out unless whatever.
that is true.
But yeah, so you use your magic, and I'll let you describe it if you want, but how it looks to me is it goes into this fossil on the wall, and it just like disintegrates the stone around it, and the bones stop looking like rock and start like looking ivory again. And then flesh starts to wrap around the bones. And eventually like this clothing. But the creature, the angel that is in their wall is still like severely wounded. And they see like this black ichor just coming out of like terrible wounds, like it has been hacked by an axe, and it like seeps into its clothing and instantly turns to clothing like completely black, and its hair was a golden blonde, but now it's like has all this oily substance caked onto it, and it like takes like a few steps and then stumbles into the center of the floor, and it can't move from there.
Okay.
And it says thank you.
I think I'm still on 2 knees, and probably have
probably
my eyes
like
closed, and I'm probably praying under my
it
breath.
probably like barged right past you, like maybe you felt it put its hand on your head for a second, so you got like some of that inky goo on you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything
Collapsed.
else for a minute if somebody else has something to do.
Yeah, Robert has a bond called Blood Frenzy. It's only a 1-dot bond. So I think he's like, this is the first time this is Imperator blood, so it's affecting him much more strongly than
Sure.
any regular blood would. He's like feeling it's like, yeah, he's feeling suddenly really weird. Like it's yeah. So he is kind of taking a step back and trying to keep control of himself.
Sure. It's a bond, so you decide.
Yeah. And I think Imperator blood, yeah, it would.
Yeah.
So he's standing back and just trying to keep his head as clear as possible right now.
So the Imperator is like breathing and heaving on the floor, and it's not able to move. And you hear like its voice sounds like high and melodic, but it's still like it has this like sensation of infinite pain, and it says, "Oh, what happened to me?" I am broken like a boat on a reef. I am sorry for what I did to the three of you, but I still have need of you.
If nobody else says anything, I think I'll say I do. I do not know what has happened to you, but I feel your pain. What can we do to relieve it? How can we be of service, my lord?
I am broken, and I cannot heal myself. Only the Creator can repair what He made.
That's going to take Phineas a couple seconds to figure out as a statement.
While you pause, Robert steps in and says, "Who are you?"
I am Umaya. I am the gate.
What did you do to me? To us. But in his eyes, he means to me.
There is a bond we can create with others like yourself. A bond that allows mortals to experience life on the same time frames and scales as we exist on. It is irrevocable.
It's Robert's turn to stay silent, processing for a bit.
Yeah, Zen, do you want to... Is what is Shrek doing?
I think Trek is trying to figure out what Umaya means by being broken. Like he's looking at his body, trying to figure out what exactly is broken about him. Is there anything that stands out?
I don't think you're broken. Maybe I misspoke. But it said it's broken.
Yeah, Trek's trying to find out how Umaya is broken.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your own body.
No.
I mean, it doesn't seem to be able to like it's physical like most creatures, and it's alive, but it doesn't seem able to move. Really, it seems to be in like constant pain, and like parts of its body are obviously missing or not working right.
Okay.
I think one of its wings is still actually fossilized too.
God damn it. I should have gone for that greater miracle.
Didn't get it enough.
I didn't,
maybe
I
maybe
spent
here's the
all
creepy
my-
part is that when you actually spent enough, like, right? So maybe it was completely unfossilized and now it's starting to fossilize again right in front of you.
Right.
Oh,
It only goes like to a certain degree, like its wing has refossilized
Right.
and maybe one of
Okay.
its feet.
I see.
So
Then it
You're
seems
seeing-
to stop there.
our
I can't
Imperator
do like a
has
lesson
grayscale.
preservation or anything. It's not a dinosaur. God damn it.
I think I'm gonna ask it or ask Omaya. You said the Creator can fix you. Who or what is the Creator?
Neff is the creator of everything. The creator that planted the tree that built heaven.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't help you if you continue speaking nonsense.
It is there. You need only look for it.
Well, if it can be looked for, I am certainly the one to find it.
Yes.
Is there any way we can help you now?
You might ease my suffering, but only the Creator can fix me. I do not know if I will be right again if I am merely healed, what scars may remain.
The Bible says that when you pray to the Lord, he shall heal you.
I have been praying for so long. And the Lord has not heard me. I do not know why he did not come. I cannot go to him. Please. Go to him in my stead. Beg him for his mercy.
Yep. Okay, I've got my second project.
You said this was irrevocable.
Yes.
If we find this Neb, can he revoke this? Or it?
Neff can't do anything. He is all powerful. The Creator. Perhaps there is a way, perhaps there is not a way, but he can make a way.
I nod. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm just adding my second project.
Find God.
No, I've already got Find God, actually, as a project.
What's your second project?
My second project is How I Healed My Imperator.
Oh, nice.
Seems like a good project.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, we can make it a joint project, right? That's a thing. We can figure this out after. I don't want to interrupt the scene to do this.
Yeah.
Can I say, why has he not answered you, Maya?
I don't know. But no one has answered me. Not God, not the other angels in heaven, not the beasts, not the birds.
Do you know if they have heard you? Also, what about the man known as Tim?
Tim's just like standing there. And
Yeah, and he's like, what about this dude? He heard you.
she looks at him and then he is the only one I do not know. I spoke my prayer into the world, and the power made it come to be. And Tim says, that is what happened. I felt your song, and I was caught up in it. I knew that I could not resist it, but I could merely choose how to aid you, and I hope I have done so, Imperator. And Umaya, like, kind of nods its head. I hope everything is to your satisfaction as to my part in this. And Umaya says, yes. And Tim says, that is good, because I have a favor to ask of you. So Tim approaches the figure, Umaya laying on the ground, and he produces a document. It looks like it's a scroll from papyrus and written in like ink made of precious jewels. It seems to sparkle in the dim light. And he says, I have this document. It allows me passage into creation. I have tried every other way, and none have respected the authority of this document. But you were always true to your nature, Umaya. I ask you only that you are true to your nature once again, and open your gates, and allow me to pass. So Umaya is considering this request.
Oh man, Phineas for sure wants to know this. To pass where?
To pass into creation.
Is this all not creation?
It is.
Are we not in
but
the Lord's
I am
world?
not all inside.
You want to die?
No. Well,
Is that what?
that may be what happens in the end, but that is not my desire.
What's passing into creation? Sounds like a metaphor for dying.
It is more like a metaphor for reincarnation. Most of me is yet outside in the void that is outside the world.
I know this is a thing that Phineas doesn't yet know how to do,
Right.
but can I switch to some other kind of sight?
What do you want to see?
I would like to see his true self.
Sure.
Not his mundane self.
See, I don't think that there is a dual world, like a mythic world overlaying the normal world the way there is in previous versions of Nobilis.
Right.
But I think in this place, there is enough overlap that you can do it. So, I think you can just do it. So you just say, you're going to look into the mythic. And I think you do that, and you see Umaya is, like this glowing, burning angel of glory that has, its bones are broken and it's crippled, and it can't move. And you see the other two, which I'll let them decide how they look. And then you see Tim, and Tim looks like a man wearing a metal suit. He still has his knapsack, and his knapsack is like glowing something inside it is glowing through the cloth, and his eyes are black, and you can see like stars falling in them.
Oh. I mean, Phineas has no idea what this means, but
Right.
fuck you, Will.
Okay.
And you
Perfect.
see that he is like almost translucent. Like, this is like he's not all here. He's also somewhere else. And from what he said, the majority of him is elsewhere, is outside of creation. And Umaya says, "Very well, I see no reason not to grant your request." And
Can I argue with my
Yes.
Imperator?
go for it.
I would like to argue with my Imperator.
So something is that the book says the way play works is the GM just talks, and the player
Yeah.
interrupts you and say, "Hey, you can't do that." So
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I would. Yeah, I don't. I think I just say stop. This isn't right.
And Umaya says, "This is what I was created to do. This document is all in order. It has the signatories of the Lucas court. Why should I not obey the law? And the word is before me."
I say the word yes. The word of course. But what is the Locust Court?
It is the government of the universe. It is the highest
And
authority.
under his breath, Robert just says, "Of course."
It's the highest authority and law, even above that of the Creator, as is his will.
Oh man. Okay. So Phineas says there is no authority greater than the Creator.
The God has created it to be so.
Surely there is a justice to the world, a purpose to the world that is greater than the laws of men.
Yes. But this is not the laws of men.
Then whose law is it? Whose law is there that can be written on parchment, that can be written in words that that has such impact on the world as to allow creatures such as this to enter?
We created words and parchments and other things so that we could use them, not for man. They are for us. We created laws and rights and procedures such as this one to aid us, so that when the time comes, we will know what is right.
All right. At this point, Robert interrupts and says, "Listen, I don't really have any idea what's going on here. Umaya was your name. I'm getting a pretty clear sense we can't really go back to our normal lives right now until this has been dealt with. Is that right?"
I don't know if you will ever be able to, but
He brushes that off and says, "All right, just for now, what do you need us to do? Why did you make us like this? I assume it was more than just getting you out of your little crypt.
well, that's
You only
really
need
the
one of
main
us for
thing
that."
I needed to get out of that, whatever it was. that rock, that buried alive.
We only needed him for that, pointing at Phineas.
He didn't do anything. And anyway, there's he's not of this world. And she like seems confused by this own realization.
What?
Wait, were you pointing at me or were you pointing at somebody else?
I was pointing at Phineas.
Oh, you were pointing at Phineas. I thought you were talking about Tim.
No.
Oh, I didn't really have too much control. I just figured more was better. Anybody that could hear me could help.
So you turn my life upside down as an accident?
Whatever
this.
would have worked. I'm sorry.
Can I conjure my car back? Is that a thing I can do?
What's
I'm
a
asking
car?
this in character. Yeah, in character, he's asking this.
Umaya doesn't know what a car is.
He looks to Tim. Tim, you know what a car is. Can I conjure my car back?
Tim says, yeah.
Okay. I want to do that and go home. And never speak of this again.
As you wish.
Okay. And he, like, muttering to himself again, he just turns around and starts walking upstairs. Does anyone go after him at all?
Not me, no.
I'm torn. I had a thing I wanted to do, but now you're walking away. Yeah, I think Trek tries to stop you.
Okay. How?
I think he just says that going backwards is not your path right now. I know that everyone has a path that they must follow to the conclusion.
Don't I get to choose it?
You see the beginnings of a facial feature, and it's just like a small smirk. And Trek says, "Rarely, very rarely do you get to choose, but walking your path will lead you to the place you're supposed to be. This path, though it may seem strange, even to one such as myself, may lead us to something better."
I kill whatever Umaya did to me. I already killed 2 people, and I don't even feel bad about it. I feel bad because I don't feel bad about it. I have a family. I don't know if that means anything to you, if you know what that is, but how do I say this? I want to undo what was done to me. I want to pretend like nothing happened, to turn around on this road and walk the other way. I have a business, a successful one. I have a life that is waiting for me. Well, maybe time is messy and it is paused, but in general, it's not paused. I can't just disappear on it because it won't wait. Life doesn't work like that.
It may not, but you are certainly not the same person who left their home this morning. You say you do not feel bad about the 2 people you killed. What happens when you go home? Will you treat your family the same?
I don't know.
I myself have gone through a fairly miraculous change, it appears. I think we owe it to ourselves to see where these changes can take us. And if you truly not want to walk down this road, at least consider the repercussions of traveling backwards, of bringing whatever you are now into what you were.
Robert screams as loud as he can and punches the wall as hard as he can, which is really hard. I think he just punches a hole straight. He punches elbow deep hole through solid stone wall.
Which way are you punching?
He doesn't care. He's probably punching yeah. I'm not paying attention. He's not paying attention. This is probably partway up the stairs still. So I imagine he would be punching. Imagining it as going counterclockwise up the stairs. He's probably punching inwards to the center of the building.
Okay. Yeah, I think you've punched so hard, you're going to punch the side of this floating island off. So we lose a quarter of the castle. It just fills the chasm.
I am okay with this, is because he would be punching as hard as he can in anger. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you just look out and you see sunlight streaming in, and this spoopy forest in the distance.
And I'm looking, and so it's. Am I on the stranded part of the floating island that I just punched off?
Yeah, you're just looking straight down into this chasm you just created.
And Trek is right next to me, well, we're both stuck here now. I just say, well, if that doesn't prove your point, nothing does. Fine. Fine. And then I figure out, I guess, we just hand wave it as in, well, I guess we want to go to break now with that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Phineas has a thing that he wants to do next, a bargain that he's going to offer, but that can wait until after break.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to break.
That feels like a good moment.
All right.
Yeah. Nobilis is a weird game.
Oh man, so good. Will, I love what you have done with Tim. It's so good. Oh my god.
I don't know what you've done with Tim, but I'm hoping to find out.
I think he's some sort of there's a species of outsider evil alien type of creatures, and I think he's one of them, or